So this is a few thoughts on meditation and mindfulness. So firstly with meditation, so you're gonna get thoughts that's gonna come into your mind, and sometimes when you meditate, it is gonna be easier some days than others. There'll be some days you'll be able to really kind of relax into it, and it'll seem easy. Other days it will seem like a challenge. Now, one of the most things to focus on really is not to get stressed out or irritated if your mind starts to wander, or you just lose concentration, or if you fall asleep. It doesn't matter. If you lose focus of the meditation or what you're meant to be focusing on, all you do is just draw your mind back into where you should be. So one of the things you could think about really when it comes to your thoughts, you're going to have thoughts that's going to come and go. The thing is not to kind of chase after the thought. Try to allow it just simply to just drift past. If you do that, you're not absorbing yourself into that thought and opening it up in a way where you're thinking, oh, what should I be doing for tea later on? Oh, should I have chips with some steak? And so on and so on. So try to sort of think of your thoughts as like a pond. Like a pond, you have big fish and you have little fish. So what you want to do is try to create is least ripples in that pond as possible, really, so that you can get that clarity of focus, whatever you're focusing on. So if you're focusing on an emotion, or you're doing like a body scan going through, or you're just focusing on your breathing, the thoughts in your mind, like, I'm sticking to this, are like little fish. So it's like little ripples that come up, that are there in the pond. A thought like, what am I having for tea later on? Is it going to be chips with steak, or spaghetti bolognese, or whatever it is? That's a big thought, okay? So it's going to create a big ripple. So you want to try to avoid the big ripples and, accept the little ones, because that's going to happen. So, and just enjoy the process. Don't look at it as a challenge. It should be a time where you're giving this an element of time to yourself. So, and it should be relaxing. It should be regenerating with yourself. Like I said in one of the other videos, is that this is a form of exercise for your mind. It's a good way of creating that balance within yourself, and a good way of getting out of those levels of anxiety and stress. Other good little techniques with mindfulness. So like I said, mindfulness isn't just about meditation. It is about being conscious really within your current state of situation of being. So good ways of really allowing yourself to be in more of your current place, because what we generally do, we either allow our minds to go too much in the past of events, things that's happened where we still stimulate that emotion from it. So we draw ourselves either back in the past, or we fixate our mind on things that hasn't happened yet. And we worry about events that hasn't happened yet. Both are false realities, both are robbing you out in the moment of now. So, little techniques that you can do. Now, say for instance, you are walking about, start to observe more of what you're seeing. Be aware of your breath, be aware of, your body, your feet, where you sort of step into, how the ground's feeling. Even though you're wearing trainers, how does it feel? Start to notice greenery around, your natural surroundings. Sounds is something, again, so you're just being observative of your natural surroundings. So you're just observing of everything that is around you and taking it in more. Sometimes we're so much in our own head, we allow our heads to wander too much, and this can just have a negative kind of effect where it draws upon the anxiety within ourselves and stress, rather than doing the opposite. That's what we want to achieve. So if this is happening to you and it's something you're struggling, there are so many different phobias we have out there these days and people suffer from. Now, say for instance you're out shopping, you're getting levels of anxiety and you're getting stressed. Simple little things you can do just to bring you out of that level of anxiety and being more mindful. You can start doing a list. Can you have a list of 10 things that are green or 10 things that are blue? Look around. It doesn't have to be necessarily people. It could be objects. It could be anything. So do a list. A list of 10 things you can see that are green or blue, or how many people are wearing Nike trainers, or how many people can you see that are wearing a red coat, or anything like that. Really, you can really be quite creative with that. Also, so that's on a visual side. You can also do audible. So how many sort of things, different things are you hearing? And list the first 5 things that you hear. So it might be a child that you're hearing. Next one might be a couple that you're hearing like arguing, or some woman, kind of singing to her tunes on her iPod, or a bus that just gone past. A motorbike, just gone past you. So you list the first 5 things, and other things you could do if you're like going up an escalator. What does the railing feel? If you're going down steps, the railing, how does it feel in your hand? How does the floor feel? Is it spongy? Is it solid? Is it how is that having an impact within your body? So if you're starting to focus on basically how you're observing your reality, it will take you out of those levels of anxiety. And this is just another element of being mindful. It just gets you out of your head, because it is impossible to be in your head if you're focusing and trying to take in what is around you within your surroundings and your situation. So it's just an easy technique to do. So we're going to do a couple of meditations for the next couple of videos. So I hope you enjoy those. Like I said, don't get stressed out. They're really short and they're very, easy to do. There are many different other types of variations of meditations you could look into if it's something that does float your boat. So I hope you enjoy it, but don't get yourself frustrated. If your mind does start to wander, just take your attention back to the breath. It's one of the easiest ways you can do it. So you enjoy.